Orientation is locked. No kidding. I know it's locked. Locked. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. I got the background. How do I do the background? Background. Makeup? Lenses. Horror TV? That's not horror TV, that's fucking black and white. Ooh, that's a good one. X-ray. Dance party. Ooh. Which one of these should I do, guys? Ooh, wow. I kind of like this one. Ooh, yeah. No? Let's see. Let's go with nothing for a minute. What are you guys up to tonight? Oh, man. Pa Academy? What up? What's up, Pa? What's up, Bradford Rush? Yo! I'm just in here thinking a little bit. What y'all up to? Mary, Mary, Mary. What you doing? I'm just in here ruminating. I'm in my room ruminating. One of the dudes I live with told our landlord, after gonna play Roblox. I've never played Roblox. Is it fun? What's the point of Roblox, you guys? What do you hope to accomplish when you play Roblox? Wow, my hair looks wild, doesn't it? But anyway, I'm just in my room thinking, because one of the dudes that are like technically my housemate, I straight up busted him eating my food out of the fridge the other day. And he lied to a bunch of people and said that he didn't steal anything when I saw him with my own eyes. Because I came out of my room and he was in the fridge literally eating my stuff. And then he told people that he didn't steal anything. But guess what? He just went and bought food. So when I was walking past, I told my other roommate, hey, and I quote, there's stuff in the fridge for me to steal. And they all looked at me like I was freaking rude. Like, first of all, I'm joking. Second of all, why would I care? You stole my food. You ate it in front of me. And then lied to people about it. Why should I feel bad about making a joke? You know? Although I would never do that. I just thought it was funny because I like to mess with people. Oddly enough, I'm currently eating Vienna sausages. Gotta love Vienna sausages, right? And later, right after I get done with those, I'm gonna eat a big old slab of carrot cake. Anybody like carrot cake? A big old slab of carrot cake? Or do you dislike carrot cake? My favorite cakes are carrot cake and spice cake. Carrot cake and spice cake. Let's do a little fun here. Let's go, where did I get the, was it this? Oh yeah. And put a little car back there, a little GT40 action. I can put, let's see. Got the GT40 going down. I could put that. Go with my name in the graffiti that I did. Let's do that. Prepare to take off. What up, yo? What up? What are you up to? What's popping on this Wednesday evening? I'm just shoving my face, sorry. I know, right? That's like one of my favorite cars. My favorite car of all time. Finish. Oh, wow. I'm old. I graduated a long time ago. Are you on track to graduate? You doing good in school? I hope so. It's very important. Although I will say it's not necessarily important to go to college, but just depends on what you plan on doing. I've made a decent amount of money without going to college, although I did go to college. Well, also, I'm doing good in school. Classes give a lot of work, though. What kind of homework were you doing? Hopefully it's not math. I don't like math. Sorry to be eating in front of you guys, but I've been hungry all day. Oh man. Yeah, I hate math. My dad's really good at math, but never really got the hang of math past like probably basic algebra type stuff. My parents probably. I think I'd probably go with like a science. I liked science a lot. Or what do you call that? Man, my brain don't work. Anyway, Science is fun. Art. I like art classes. No, I don't want to ask what songs make you dance. Any song makes you dance. Where'd the question thing go? Oh, whatever. Yeah. Oh my goodness, now I'm full and fat and full of regret. Anyway. Do you have not really. Just like anything. I guess like let me see what am I doing? My favorite video game of all time is probably Siphon Filter. I don't know if you even know what that is, to be honest. Out of current stuff, sadly, it would be Call of Duty Mobile, because I don't have anything to do any gaming on besides my phone. But yeah, trying to think of your previous question there. Specific science, yeah, I don't know that game. I told you, bro, or well, I guess you could still be bro if you're a girl, but I feel kind of awkward calling you that. Yeah, Siphon Filter's freaking dope. You should look it up. Siphon Filter for the PlayStation 1. Are you a bro? Cool. I'm also a bro. I think I might be more of a broski, maybe. Or maybe like a dude bro. I like saying dude bro because you incorporate the dude and the bro. Wow, you had a PS1. Bro, I had look up an Atari 1600. Or is it 16 or 1800? I literally played Pong. I remember when I was small. That was my first console. Right on. Xbox 360s are cool. I had the blue Call of Duty Xbox 360 that was like, where's my finger? It was like that color of blue right there. It was really cool. I was born in the mid 80s, bruh. Riding dirt bikes and being out in the woods all day and fishing, and other than my family home life that I won't get into, I had a really good childhood. But yeah, walking around out in the woods with a BB gun, shooting at little innocent birds. Is there any others that start with? I'm from the one that starts with a U, and it has all the Mormons in it. And I'm from the north. Well, the north of that state, I should say. Northern U. It's pretty cool still, though. At least you can get tattoos and do fun stuff here. Hope to visit St. Cloud. It's a very pretty place. New Jersey. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's still... Is there a national park in New Jersey? Or is there like... I know there's some... At least a little bit of a forest in New Jersey. That's one thing that I kind of wish I was better at is geography. I went to Canada when I was like 14. Only state parks, but still lots of nice now. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Um, yeah, I went to Canada when I was 14. Um, I pretty much went straight up from Utah. Went to a place called Banff, Banff, Banff National Park in Calgary. That place was freaking dope. Look up, it's called Lake Louise, Louise, Lake Louise in Banff. It's very cool. It's like literally the most beautiful place I've ever seen in my, like, in person. Although I did, when I was 16, I did have the opportunity to go to New Zealand. My sister got married in New Zealand. Glacier's freaking awesome. Yes, we went through Glacier. I went through Yellowstone Glacier and I saw Banff, Lake Louise. Took freaking, it was like a just under 1,100 miles straight up north. Drive north. And not to be like rudely racial, but Asian, just I'll answer that, but real quickly. There's so many freaking Asians in Canada, it's ridiculous. Like, ain't got nothing against Asians, but there's a lot of Asians. And it was really weird because they all speak French. French speaking Canadian Asians. I studied IT, as in information technology, or IE computers. So I'm a nerd. But it's cool. IT and networking with an emphasis on, I kind of put a self-emphasis on network security. So I know how, like, I just had a brain fart. Aerospace technology. Wow. There's a place with my last name that is aerospace engineering that makes stuff for I don't know what they make, but they make certain little parts for the heck is that plane called? Air something one, the president's computer, all president's computer, the president's plane, Air Force One, Air Force whatever, Air whatever one. But yeah, they make a bunch of aerospace parts. There's actually a lot of cool stuff in Utah, and we got some of the best. We really do have some of the best snow on Earth, as our license plates designate. But it's funny, right now we're in freaking almost we are in mid January, and it has snowed like 4 inches. It's just been cold as heck. Normally, back when I was a little kid, we used to get literally like 6 feet of snow. Of course, throughout the winter, not just 6 feet in one snow, but. And I recognized that I was a. Let's see. Let's try this. Can I type a different question? Yes, I can. Save order activity. Hopefully I can get that out of my face. Start CUNY. Snowed here more than usual. Yeah, that's what I hear. That's really strange. Oh. What was I gonna say? I like planes and aviation. That would be pretty cool too. Used to enjoy shoveling inside fun shoveling my driveway. I'm getting too old for that crap, bro. Freaking, I don't know if I finished talking, but I have. Oh yeah, I did. When I said what I went to college for, I went to with an emphasis on the network security stuff. So I know how to do everything from literally like code a computer all the way to make it work to like literally making a VPN, not just setting it up. But yeah, it's freaking computers are pretty dope. Although I will say it, wow, I can't believe I went to college for that in 2017. So it's been technically 9 years since I went to college for that stuff. And I haven't studied a lick of it for probably at least 2.5 years. So, and when it comes to technology, they say for every actual time really flies. I never would have thought I would be 42 years old with a YouTube channel. All the stupid stuff I've done with my life, I thought I'd be before I was 18, honestly. And not to be like vulgar or anything, but I don't know if you've read my channel description, but I have. Yeah. I just like computers and electronics and stuff, but on my bio for my page, it basically says all the stuff that I have wrong with me up here. But I was born with hydrocephaly, which means water on the brain. And I don't know let me know if you can see the scars on the back of my head. Because I don't know how close the camera is, but I got I have what's called a VP for short, or a ventriculoperitoneal for long. Ventriculoperitoneal shunt in my head. They did that operation when I was like 4.5 to 6 hours old, and what that does is it drains the what's called amniotic fluid from my head down to my abdomen. And if you were born with hydrocephaly, which is what I have, I don't know if I said that, but if you were born with hydrocephaly in freaking 1984 and you didn't get a shunt put in, basically what happens is the amniotic fluid builds up in your head and it builds up pressure, and it builds and builds and builds until you're like, a baby's skull is soft. So the pressure builds up until your skull cracks into a bunch of pieces, and then the fluid goes away. So when the fluid goes away, all the pressure that was blocking your brain from not really getting bigger, but like, yeah, literally getting bigger in the sense of like physically, your brain tries to expand in the space where the fluid was and pretty much rips into pieces on the shards of your skull and you bleed to death. It's wild. But, like, yeah. Thank you. Um, I have I don't think I can say that word on YouTube without getting a little check mark against my name, but when you when you attempt to suey chop yourself, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know. And I don't mean a dick going in my mouth. I mean, like if you try to HANG yourself, SUICIDE, you know. I have a lot of that word ideation, which basically is my own mind telling me that I would be better off, you know, suey chopping myself. I get that all the time. It's like I can be sitting here talking to you and I can just think about it. But I have severe anxiety. I have BPD, not the bipolar disorder, but the other one. I can never think of what it is, what it's called. It's really hard to fight. Yeah. I mean, I kind of just try to take life day to day, anyways. But it's really hard when when your own mind is telling you to hurt yourself. Um, what is that called? Not bipolar, but borderline personality disorder. So, severe anxiety, borderline personality disorder, a lot of suey chop ideation, bunch of other stuff. But anyway, what was I talking about before I went off on that little rant? It's computer stuff and blah blah blah. And you think about snow? That's awesome. What is your profile picture? Oh, it's a plane. The plane, boss. The plane. What does this button do? A 49-second short was uploaded to your. Oh, great. What did I do? I ruined it. I don't even know what 49-second short would be uploaded to my channel, but whatever. I'm guessing the last 49 seconds before I push that button. Oh, no wonder your profile picture is a plane. You said you like planes. Duh. Do you like cars? I like cars. Oh yeah, I didn't. I don't know if I don't remember if I said that. Uh, my favorite car. Well, my favorite car of all time is a '69 429 Boss Mustang. But if I could own any car on the planet, even out of like, hell yeah, my one of my best friends growing up's dad had a, before he passed away, he had a little Cessna. I don't know what kind it was, but We used to go in the hangar all the time and work on his plane. It was pretty cool. But yeah, favorite car of all time's a 1969 429 Boss Mustang triple black. But if I could own one car, it would be a 69 Roadrunner, which awkwardly enough is exactly what I learned to drive in. But when I took my driving test, it was freaking hilarious because I learned how to drive in a 69 440 big 446 pack Plymouth Roadrunner. But then when I took my actual road test, I took the road test in like a 1991 Plymouth Aries K, Aries, like Aries, Capricorn, Taurus, like the, you know, and then just the letter K. Look that crap up. 1991 Plymouth Aries K. It's like one of the worst freaking cars on the planet. Got my learners. Really need to get my driving test done soon, but need to practice parallel parking first. Driving, you'll get it, bro. Driving is so freaking easy. Funny thing about all the accidents I've been in is not one of them has been my fault. I was out past curfew cruising our local boulevard when I was 17. So when I still had a curfew, and I was sitting at a red light with my foot on the brake, and I looked up in the rear view. By the time my eyes came like this, back down to looking straight down the road, waiting for the light to turn from red to green, when I was up here looking at in the rear view, my mind was like, oh, that car behind me was going really fast. But so I went like from like this to like that, and then my brain clicked like, what the heck, that car behind me was going really fast. And before I could even look back up like this into my rear view, the dude didn't even hit the brakes. There wasn't any squealing tires or nothing. I got hit by a drunk driver going 70 to 75 miles an hour when I was going 0 with my foot on the brake. When the cops showed up, he pushed me like 2/3 of a block through a block from a dead stop at a red light. But when the cops showed up, they were like, you should be dead. And I, like, obviously not only was I not dead, I was up and walking around and coherent and talking to these two young ladies that can't control it. Yeah. Well, I mean, an even personally scarier thing that happened to me is I was riding my bike from an area called North Ogden to where I grew up, which is Riverdale. It's probably from where I was at, I probably rode 12 and a half, 13 miles, but I was riding a BMX bike and I went to go cross I'm riding this way along like one of the major roads in town, and I go to cross the street of one of the small cross streets. And when I looked over and ahead of me to see if there was any vehicles coming, I did see this truck coming, but I didn't think anything of it because they were a ways back. So I went to go cross the street, and the next thing I know, I'm still on my bike, but I'm under this lifted Ford Ranger getting drug around the corner. And like this lady doesn't even know I'm under her freaking truck. But it freaking messed up my right ankle, my right knee, and my right hip. And now that I'm an old man, it hurts even more. So yeah, I almost literally got ran over by a truck. I mean, technically I literally did, but it was freaking scary as hell. I thought I was gonna die. And it was weird because the only reason she even realized that I was under her truck is because her truck wouldn't drive like normal. Because my bike was pinned under the truck. And I was pinned between the street, my bike, and the truck. And it sucked. I've been through some weird crap in my life. Hit by a drunk driver in my car, freaking ran over by some lady on my bike. I've been hit by a drunk driver when I was crossing the street on foot, but they only like knocked me over. Yeah. I was thinking about making some hoodies with that logo right there on them. Some hoodies and some shirts and some cups. That'd be kind of cool, I think. Wow. Anyway. Ow. That's another bad thing about getting old is you stretch the wrong way and it hurts. Anyway, I got as far as like stuff coming up for my channel, I got an interview with a guy I work with that has a Mitsubishi Evo. I think it's a Evo 9. Could be an Evo 10. I'm not super knowledgeable on Mitsubishis anymore. I know a lot about 90s Mitsubishis, but I got a interview coming with that guy about the Evo. I got an interview coming about guy that I know that has a 2016 2016 BMW 340i with xDrive, so 4-wheel drive. It's got a bunch of mods done to it. And then I got one more interview for a 2017 Infiniti Q50S. It's not like a red, what do you call the Infinitis? The red label or red whatever. But it's got a bunch of mods too. It's a pretty cool car. Yeah. And then like in the summer and stuff, I probably do some fishing. I like to fish, walk around out in the woods. What else? Robotics teacher. 66 Stang. It's a pretty cool car. Do you know if it's a fastback? I like Mustangs. I am probably a Ford person more than anything else. I like power stroke trucks a lot. No clue. Oh, right on. Yeah, Mustangs are dope. When I was 17, I dated a young lady whose dad was he did like insurance. He owned like a real estate insurance company. So they were like super loaded. Her dad had a 2000, I want to say, 1999 or 2000 Ferrari 355 Berlinetta. It was freaking neat. And then the girl that I was dating, she had a 93 convertible Mustang, and she was kind of a car chick. It's funny because her dad bought a Vortex supercharger kit for her for Christmas one year. They got that installed. When we got the car back, I was driving because we were coming home from like dinner and a movie. I was driving the car back home, and we were fighting, yelling at each other. And I looked over and was yelling at each other, and she freaking screaming, "Stop! Hit the brakes!" Oh! And when I looked forward, I was about 20 yards away from the back end of a Toyota truck. So the freaking Mustang went and went under the back of the Toyota truck. And the whole front end of the Mustang was under the truck. And when the car came back level after I smashed on the brakes, the truck was almost off the ground. But yeah, that was fun. But I got to drive her dad's Ferrari one time. I only got to drive it like half a mile down to the grocery store to buy milk. But the experience of her dad throwing me the keys was like one of the funniest things in my life. Because I was standing in their kitchen. Work any jobs as a teenager? Oh, yeah. I've had some sort of job pretty much ever since I was like 14. So, like, I've been working almost like 28 years. I wish I could say I've been working that long under one job, but I've had everything from, I mean, honestly, when I was like 14, the only thing I really did was help my dad or my uncle with like yard work and get paid for it. But when I was 14, I had a paper route. First legit job I had was Subway. That was kind of dope. Hell yeah, right on, dude. Freaking Target's bad. Target's freaking a great first job, honestly. Congratulations, that's dope. I kind of wanted to work there when I was a little bit younger, but sadly, I ended up trying to steal from my local Target, so I don't think they wanted to hire me anymore after that. It's real. From what I understand, it's a really good place to work, though. One of my buddies who passed away actually worked for that Target. Now that I think about it, what were they gonna say? Are you like a stalker, or do you like do cashiering, or I forgot what they call it when you just walk around and put stuff back on the shelves? Just like a regular everyday employee or what? Uh-oh. My phone's ding-donging. No? Still. My bad if I said it, but don't say just a stalker, bro. That's freaking dope. It's your first job. I don't even know you and I'm proud of you, dude. That's freaking sick. Do you plan to go to college? And if so, are you going to go for aeromotive stuff and planes? Yeah, of course. And like I do with everybody when I end up want to go for aerospace, and that's didn't you said that, didn't you? My bad. That shows you how much ADHD I have too. Um, but yeah, like I've just sit here on live and had conversations with like one or two or three people past couple times, and as I do with every one of them, what was I going to say? I will sub to your channel since you've stuck around and been the only person that watched. Throw you a sub. Um, Once I get a little studying on what apps are best to use, I am going to probably post or be doing lives with how do I say that? I'll be on live while I play Call of Duty, trying Call of Duty Mobile, trying to reach Legendary, because I am in a extremely big clan. There's like hundreds of people in my clan that I'm in. Well, it's not mine, but it's the one I'm in, you know. Cool. Thank you. Maybe one of these days when I get more than 2 or 3 people, I'll make you a mod too. I got one other person that I was thinking of making a mod when I get a little bit bigger, if I ever get bigger. I just bought a freaking gimbal for my phone the other day from a DJI gimbal. Thank you, me too. I bought a, what is it called? A DJI Osmo 7P little gimbal. I got a big old selfie stick looking thingamabobber right now, but I wanted a gimbal, so I bought it. I'll show you my big old, I just slap it on the ground. Flip. What happened? I want to flip the screen, flip the screen, flip. Oh, yeah, there's my hand. I got it. Yeah, I gotta get that green screen off. Give me just a moment. Go back to, just real quickly, I want to show you this. I love that green screen. That's freaking, I'm gonna take that, get rid of the question. It's because I pushed the mute button. My bad. I do follow sports. To a certain degree, I follow sports. Sadly, my favorite NFL team would be the Buccaneers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Soccer, I'd probably have to say probably Real Salt Lake, honestly, just for Utah, for MLS. If I had to pick a team for baseball, I'd probably say San Francisco Giants, just because the pitcher from the mid 80s to like early mid 80s to late 90s, I think I was about a teenager when the dude, the pitcher for the San Francisco Giants, had the exact my first and last name, so I thought it was funny because I used to tell everybody that I played for the Giants, and they're like, "What? No, you don't. You're like 20." Buccaneers. Well, I don't necessarily follow Major League Soccer, but I just know a little bit about it. I used to play soccer a lot when I was a little kid. I was decent. Um, I haven't really said anything much about it, but I'm like super short and fat right now because I'm like barely 5 feet, barely over 5 feet tall, and I'm like almost 150 pounds right now. But when I was a little kid, I used to be smaller than everybody, so I could dribble all crazy and fast. My stupid little nickname when I was a kid, my nickname when I played soccer was the freaking dribbler because I could dribble around all sorts of people and be all fast and meow, 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 with my ADHD ass. But yeah, playing soccer as a little kid was cool. You got lots of cool stories. Yeah, I guess I mean, I got major depressive disorder, like severe depression. But I guess now that I think about it, I have done a lot of cool stuff in my life. Used to play paintball all the time when I was like late teens, early 20s. I used to play with a bunch of like semi pro paintballers. I was never, I was certainly never semi pro or pro, but paintball's freaking extremely fun. If I wasn't fat and out of shape now, I'd play all the time if I could afford it. Unfortunately, it's also extremely expensive, but it is very fun. What what type of stuff do you do with your spare time? Do you do BMX? I used to ride BMX a lot. Ride paintball is like probably within the top five funnest things I've ever done. Ever done. Although I will say fishing probably takes the number one spot. Swim a lot. Aviation photography is dope. My favorite plane is the A-10 Warthog. I like fly fishing. Uh, Fun fact: I'm I will be 42 in like 2.5 months, and I don't know how to swim. But that doesn't stop me from getting in the water. I can't remember what is it called? I got an older brother and a even older sister, and I forget the name of the plane, but like obviously if you're looking down, planes' wings are like this if they're not like almost, straight across. There's a plane that is like a flying backwards V. I forget the name of it, but the wings literally look like they're on backwards. That's my brother's favorite plane or jet, whatever you want to call it. Um, yeah. The heck is the name of that jet? Back in like I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, um, I saw I think like 6 or 7. I know there's not even that many of them made. Obviously, there's more than 6 or 7, but I saw it's extremely rare to see that many at the same time. But I saw, uh, what do you call it? What's the stealth? There we go. B-2 bomber stealth. I saw like 6 of them flying over uh, northern Utah at the same time, all in the same in one formation. To be perfectly honest, it scared the crap out of me because it's when I thought we were getting ready to go to war. I'm like, really? They got freaking 6 or 7 stealths. Is it a stealth? Yeah, stealth. Because the other one I'm trying to think of is the SR-71 Blackbird. Are you familiar with the Blackbird? The SR-71 Blackbird? That's a freaking dope plane too. Well, it's a jet, but yeah, those came. That was like top notch. Museums. Those SR-71 came out when I was like super young. I think they came out maybe a little bit before I was born, but Blackbirds are freaking dope. Try to go to every aviation museum if I end up getting close to it. Yeah, there's a flight museum. I want to say something like 10 to 12 miles south of me right now. If you would Google it, it's Hill Air Force Base in, I think it would probably be Clearfield, Utah, Roy, Utah. Either Clearfield or Roy, as in ROY, Utah. And it's Hill Air Force Base Museum. There might not be super cool pictures of any like super neat stuff, but they got some pretty cool stuff there. See, I wish I wasn't a little fraidy cat, a little scared freaking shithead kid when I was younger like you. I wish I would have done a lot more with my life, to be honest. But is what it is. One thing I can definitely oh yeah? That's dope. Freaking one thing I can definitely tell you is just never give up, bro. That's one thing I used to find it extremely easy to do, is to just give up on things, and I never really accomplished much in life, but it is what it is. I got a little bit of time, I guess. Whatever you do in life, take the chance, bro. That's all I can say. Because I had a lot of opportunities to do a lot of cool shit, and I freaking chickened out because I wanted to be depressed and I wanted people to feel bad for me because I was depressed. Such as what I was gonna say a lot earlier is absolutely, dude. Never want to see freaking teenagers of today make some of the dumbass decisions I did when I was a kid. But one thing I was going to say is when I was 16, I got the opportunity to go to New Zealand. When I was talking about my sister getting married in New Zealand, I never got to see my sister's first marriage because I was too big of a pussy to go on a plane. But I also didn't want to take a like freaking 16-hour multiple flight to get to New Zealand. But yeah, my whole family's been to New Zealand and I didn't go. Sad too, because they saw all sorts of. Obviously, I know you. If you know anything about cars, you know what a R34 Skyline is. The blue one, the Paul Walker Skyline from Fast and Furious. What the hell was I even bringing that up for? Oh, there's a car called a Nissan Stagea or Stagea, Stagea. It's like a station wagon. It's like a station wagon version of a R34 GTR. It's freaking sick, dude. My brother said they were all over freaking New Zealand. There's all sorts of cars with like just different stuff, all sorts of different Mark IV Supras and freaking old Datsuns with rotary engines in them. The Wankel engine. I don't know if you know what a Wankel engine is. Like a RX-7, RX-8 motor. It's called a Wankel rotary engine. Wankel. Wankel engines are really cool. No spark plugs, no piston. Well, I think they got spark plugs. What the hell am I talking about? They don't have pistons though. It's a little Dorito shaped chunk of metal that goes in like a kind of a semicircle. It's more of an oval, I guess. But yeah, Wankel engines are freaking cool. It's a B13. It's not a B. It's a 13B. Yeah, I knew there was a B in there somewhere. But they're 13B, or there's a 20B, or there's a 26B. One of the coolest cars on the planet. Before you go, look up a Mazda 787B. Mazda 787B. Head out, finish up some work. Make sure to tune in again whenever you go live. I usually try to go live. You have a good night too, bro. I usually try to go live like 4 or 5 p.m. my time. So I think 5 or 6 your time. Maybe 7, but yeah. I'll sub to you right now, bro. You have a good night. I'm gonna probably hop off here too, unless somebody says something. But yeah. It was dope talking to you. Have a good night, bro. Anybody else on here? Bye. Hello, hello. I like to talk to people on the internet. Don't talk to people on the internet, your parents used to say. Anybody? Anybody else? I'm just talking about my life. Growing up and fishing and BMXing and being out in the woods all day. What fun it is. What you doing? I just realized my phone has a light for when my camcorder's on. Surprised it took me freaking almost 2 years of owning this phone to figure that out. It's pretty neat. You know, time we got. Steve will do it. Running Man, Pokemon. Okay.